goes to Gina Rodriguez, Jane the Virgin.
Thank you to my mom and my dad who telling me to dream big and to never stop dreaming. To my siblings, to my sister, Ivelisse and Rebecca for being the biggest role models in my life. My father used to tell me to say every morning, today's gonna be a great day again, and I will. Well, Dad, today's a great day again, and I did.
Have a mold of my body. Yeah, isn't that crazy? It's a crazy experience too. I'm gonna record it so you guys can see.
It was a very powerful household to grow up in. The youngest of three, there was a lot to live up to. It was empowering and very happy, and very disciplined. Not in a traditionally disciplined kind of way. It's learning how to become the best version of yourself, which is an interesting place to be in, like at the age of 7, you know, and having just like monsters around you.
I just remember you punching me in my stomach.
Totally remember that.
And I would just like
pretending
cry,
like she hit me and I fell to the ground.
Fall to the ground, pretend I had done something to her. Ivelisse would always ask me to do things for her, and I would always say yes.
Rebecca, she'd go give me hot chocolate.
Sure.
She would ask me to go get her chocolate.
And she'd bring me back like glue. Well, she told me later. She put glue in my milk because she was annoyed that I was asking her to do something.
No, because her and my cousin would bully me. What they didn't realize is they were bullying me. They wouldn't let me play with them.
My name is Ivelisse Rodriguez Simon. I am the oldest of 3 sisters. I am 5 years older than Rebecca and 9 years older than Gina. I am a partner in a private equity fund.
My name is Rebecca Rodriguez, and I am 35 years old. I am the middle child. I'm a physician at Westside Family Health Center, and I am the medical director there.
My name is Gina Rodriguez. I am an actress and an activist and a philanthropist and an entrepreneur and anything I kind of decide I want to be. Because I got, what was it? I got salmonella poisoning.
Or some poisoning.
I got salmonella poisoning, and she thought that I was not eating to be an actress, to be skinny like an actress. For one, we never grew up in a household where we thought our bodies were not banging, so I definitely wasn't trying to lose weight to be an actor.
When my parents moved to Chicago, we lived in a very, very difficult neighborhood. It was gang infested, and it was very violent, and our cousin was killed in front of our apartment building from gang violence, so from cross shooting. It was very real violence that hit our family, and that was a big motivator my parents to move out, even though they could not necessarily afford it. And so they were really extraordinarily disciplined. And they created kind of a, I don't know, like an obsession over optimism, confidence, and education. I mean, my father was so vigilant about every single day making sure that we understood that we could be anything we wanted to be. We do jumping jacks.
That's to wake our asses up.
Wake up, right, to wake us up. Look in the mirror, today is gonna be a good day. I can and I will, right? And after 10 years of saying that, you really believe that. You believe that, and you had to believe that to be where we came from, to do what we did. You had to believe in yourself, right? And I have
because there were so many obstacles that were telling you that you couldn't.
Exactly.
And that you shouldn't believe that, and that your options are limited, and that your opportunities will be limited. And we definitely lived in a household where that was not a question. And what I decided to do with my life and the career that I chose seemed different than the ones that my sisters had chosen.
But before I propose, you need to know all the facts. And the fact is, I'm having the baby.
You get into finance, and then you get into medicine, and for being an actor, they didn't really understand what that path was, so there was a little pushback, if I can be honest. Except they had already created a monster.
Right.
They had already told me that I was capable of doing anything I wanted to do. My father used to whisper in my ear while I was sleeping, "You could be anything you want to be." And I'd wake up and I'd be like, "Dad, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm talking to your subconscious, go back to sleep." I'd be like, "Oh my God, this." And he would say stuff like, "You're gonna be the president." And in all honesty, I might be the president one day. I'm just saying.
We did not see anybody in our family with our pets either.
For sure.
So there was no physician in our family. There was nobody that had gone
I was
to.
the first person to graduate college from our family.
She definitely set the path. The first of our family to go to St. Ignatius in Chicago was one of the greatest, like Jesuit high schools, and they like paved the way for me to also go get a great education and then go on to college. Then she went on to be, investment banker, very successful right out of college, and then went to Harvard Business School, which whoa, that might intimidate somebody. But no, I was just proud of her and never
She had
felt
always
competitive.
she always wanted to be a doctor, right, since she was little. And so it was like, that's what she's going to do.
That's what I was going to do.
And and we supported her in that.
And you encouraged me
Very aggressively.
quite aggressively.
Positive on the phone. I gave like an interview as you.
We called medical schools to find out about it. She didn't want to call, so we called, and we were like,
Too afraid to
Rebecca
go on
Rodriguez.
the phone and have a conversation. So I'd call and I'd be like, this is Rebecca Rodriguez. I totally did it.
She graduated college and was going to apply, and she said, well, I didn't do very well in my MCAT. I'm going to take it again, and I'm going to apply next year. And I said, Rebecca, do not call me back until you apply to medical school.
Jesus.
I remember it was something that
And then
upset
you
me,
called
but
me
I
back,
don't remember
and you were
you
like,
saying
why
you were
did you
going to
hang
talk
up
to me
on
anymore.
me? And I said, well, did you apply to medical school? Then don't call me until you do.
Even though my path didn't look like theirs, I just knew that I had seen two women go after something and accomplish it. So that was what you do, right? You just don't give up until you do it, until you get there.
Were there ever things that you guys either weren't allowed to do that you saw other kids your age that were allowed to do?
Couldn't have a boyfriend till we were 18 years old.
Really?
That was the
That was the
biggest
biggest.
rule in
That was
our
the biggest
house.
rule.
Which I thought was ridiculous.
Did any of you guys break that rule?
Yeah, totally. I did.
I tried. I got caught. No.
So what was behind that rule?
He didn't want us to make mistakes that a lot of our family and friends and neighborhood people had made, which is, teenage
pregnancy.
pregnancies, and they were right. They were right, and it was a very hard rule to implement in our house. We're 3 girls, we're not terrible looking, and and he was vicious about it, really vicious about it.
We speak a lot about my father because he is a very sound presence, But my mom is very sweet and very kind. And I'm looking over at my sisters at how sweet and kind, but we will all get very vicious. So don't mistake our kindness for weakness, because we will all push somebody up against a wall.
Right.